Let's talk about how not to keep your kids safe online. Number one is keeping them away from tech and social media. I'm not saying you shouldn't wait for social media or wait for a phone or wait until they're mature enough, but it's the thought that if I wait, then I'll protect them from the things that are happening on social media. And while yes, a part of that is true, a part of it isn't, because they still will be affected by social media culture and what's happening in the news and the latest celebrity or whatever it is, based off of their friends and their school system or wherever they surround themselves with. So that means that whatever their friends are talking about is going to affect them. So just because your kids are not on social media doesn't mean they don't understand what's going on and they don't feel the effects of what's happening on social media. Because even without social media or a phone, your kid's friend can share a meme with them, a video with them, a TikTok with them, and they could be seeing and experiencing and understanding things that you may not know they understand. Or sometimes they actually download social media behind your back and you don't know about it. So you may be thinking, hey, I'm taking them away from social media, but they actually have a social media account that you don't know about. Or they've saved enough money to get their own phone because they're really not liking the parental monitoring aspect of it, and they would like to have some privacy, and so they might save up some money and get their own phone. I've seen that happen multiple times. So just because your kids are not on social media or they don't have a phone does not mean you don't have to talk about some difficult subjects. You don't have to guide them through understanding how to navigate the online space, even if they're not particularly on it at that time. You're not being proactive with the type of conversations you're having open, honest, non-judgmental conversations, then you are leaving your kids to be a bigger target online. It's just not good overall. You don't have to go into the specifics of protecting your kids on social media if they're not on social media, but you do want to have that conversation to start opening up those open, non-judgmental spaces so that when you do have to talk about certain things, you've already let a foundation sit and marinate, like not coming as a surprise to them. And these type of conversations actually help them in real life or the offline space as well. So self-regulation, critical thinking, knowing who you're friends with, boundaries, all of those things apply online and offline. So if you're already having that type of conversation beforehand, it's easier for you to transition into when they actually start having the tech and using social media and gaming. I have more insights like this in the rest of the video, so stick around. Hey, I'm CyberFareedah. I'm an award-winning Forbes 30 Under 30 online safety educator. And the second thing that's keeping your kids not safe online is you're dismissing them. This point is one of the biggest points for how not to protect your kids online. The second biggest is what's going to come at the end of the video, so make sure you're there for that. We often look down on kids for their love of social media, of celebrity, content creation, and wanting to be influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, Twitch streamers, their love of gaming, whatever it is, and we kind of brush it off of like that's just a kid thing or that's not really important. And so when they come to you to talk to you about those subjects, there's not a lot of safe space and room for them to tell you what they're feeling and what they like and what they dislike. Many parents and even people in the safety and security world don't view those moments as really important moments to protecting your kids online. We always say have conversations with your kids and connect with your kids, but you can't connect with your kids if you're consistently saying bad things about what they love online. I'll give you an example. So if your kid really loves gaming, you might say, I don't understand why you're all up into the games. Like, you need to go outside, you need to do something else. There's so many kids who are doing this and this and that, and why are you spending time gaming? There are better things in life. It's an immediate disconnection. Number two, you might say, why do you want to become a YouTuber? That's not a real job. You're not going to make money doing that. What are you doing? That's not something that's real. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do something that actually will impact your life and not something that's really silly that's going to go away in a few years. Disconnection. Maybe your kid isn't like into anime or something. You're like, why are you watching those little cartoons? I don't get it. I'm not really comfortable with that. They're saying certain things that I don't really like. I don't understand why you're watching that. Why do you like to costume up and what is it called? Cosplay? I don't like that type of stuff. Disconnection. You can see what I'm saying. Same goes with social media and same goes with content creation. This is not to say that as a parent you can't not understand anime, gaming, social media, content creation, influencing, all of that. You don't have to get that. That's totally okay. But what you have to do is that when your kids come to talk to you about what they really, really love, even if you may not understand it, that's your moment to connect with your kids. That's your moment to say, oh, sweetie, tell me a little bit more. Oh, what is that? Oh, what? Oh, cosplaying. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. So what do you do? Oh, you would like to go to a convention. Interesting. Where's that convention? Oh, really? You love this YouTuber. What's the YouTuber's name? Oh my God, he does funny skits. Really? What's the funniest video that you like? And now you're having a conversation. Want to appreciate your kids' love for something, then connect with them on it. Remember that what is important to your kids is important, period. If you're unable to talk to them in that moment, that's totally okay. You can say, hey, sweetie, hey, Jody, hey, Sarah, I have a meeting to go to in 5 minutes. I'm really late, so I would love to talk to you about this, but I can't right now. So let's say after dinner we talk about this. What do you think? Okay, perfect. And so now you're just saying, hey, I got to do something. I'm setting a boundary, but I'm really interested in what you're going to say, even if you're really not and you're like, I want to go to sleep, I want to take a nap, but just make some time for them, right? And give them that moment. You can always balance your concerns and what they believe to be important. So if you know they really love gaming, but you're concerned about their exercise and them going outside, figure out an activity or a sport or something that they love to do that can coincide with their gaming. You can also say, hey, if you really want to be a gamer, a professional gamer, or you really like gaming, it is important that you have your stamina up. It's important that you're healthy so that you're able to have these moments where you can play the games and you can be healthy all around. So I love for you to get some exercise or bring an activity. It doesn't have to be an exercise. You can just do an activity that's outside of the house. All of the things that you're saying is, I appreciate your love of gaming. I appreciate your love of social media. I appreciate your love of TikTok. And I also want you to be healthy overall. So what is some activities you think that we can do online that you would find really fun? The reason why you do not want to disconnect from your kids and create that tension and you want to connect with them and allow a safe space is because when you start talking about security and safety subjects, you don't want them to close down on you. You don't want them to shut down. You want them to have an open mind, open heart as much as possible. Yes, they might be annoyed. Yes, they might feel like you're overbearing, you're being a helicopter parent, you're annoying, blah, blah, you're worrying, whatever it is. But if you've already created a space where they feel like they can talk to you about certain things and your acceptance of their love of social media, influencing, gaming, whatever it is that they really want to do, or content creation or coding or whatever that is, now they're able to open up and listen to you a little bit more when you say, hey, I love that you're gaming. It's just that when you're talking to strangers online, I'm a little bit uncomfortable because I don't know who they are and I feel like they could do X, Y, and Z, and I've heard these stories and I really want you to be safe, so please be sure that you're not telling your details to these people online. Perfect. Now we've gotten a foundation of respect and connection and appreciation, and now we're giving some safety rules as a parent why I need you to do this, especially as they get older, because at the end of the day you cannot control them, but you want to give them the tools to protect themselves as they get older. The third way of how not to keep your children safe online is relying on parental controls. Now this is a big one because there's so much talk about parental controls and parental monitoring. And you'll often hear me talk about adding parental controls, making sure you have that, especially when they're younger. When they're a little bit older, there could be a little tension and friction arising, and depending on the maturity of your kid, they may not need those type of things. Actually, I recommend that you do not do most of the things and as they get older and mature, and allow them to have some freedom so they can grow up and figure it out. However, if you believe as a parent you need certain things, you're the expert in your kids. I don't know what's going on with your kids or your household. You know best. However, there is a lot of reliance on parental controls and parental monitoring as a way to protect your kids. And it is just like, let's set it and forget it, and then we move on, and my kids are protected, and every now and then I tell them what not to say online. It's absolutely not something that you want to do if you want to protect your kids online. Because this video is long enough, I have a video dedicated to understanding why parental controls only work in certain environments. So make sure you click on the video right now to check out the video and watch it, because if you're a parent that uses parental controls, you have to watch this.